All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing His truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return, and double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Heads up, eyes open, beware that there could be a new boogeyman virus. I have to say it that way to avoid YouTube algorithms, but there could be a new boogeyman virus out there that Esau could be using to, scare people and to spread chaos. Okay, we know that, according to Revelation 12, verse 12, the devil, which is talking about the self-proclaimed white man, which starts with the so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers. We know that the devil, which would be them, is coming down with great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time. So because he knows he has but a short time to rule, he knows that he has but a short time to get his new world order going and to get it established, even though he is going to go so far with his new world order. But like it tells you in the book of Job, I believe the 20th chapter, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning when he is about to succeed at his new world order, then the Lord going to cast the fury of his wrath upon him and rain it upon him while he is eating. Rain what upon him? The nuclear destruction, which is going to turn America into that lake of fire prophesied of in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter, and in other verses, it's going to be the intercontinental ballistic missiles that's going to turn this country into a lake of fire. So that lake of fire is really the United States of America. The only difference is that the lake of fire has not been prophesied yet, because the World War III has begun, but it has not begun to the point to where we got Russia and America bumping heads with each other, and NATO and the world superpowers being gathered over there together in the Middle East, according to Joel, the 3rd chapter, the 9th verse, on down to the 12th verse. So these so-called elites, they have but a short time to rule, and thus they have a short time to get their new world order going. That means that they're about to start moving quickly to get chaos spreaded throughout the world, to get chaos, especially chaos spreaded throughout Babylon the Great, which will be the United States of America, So, in order to get chaos spreaded quickly, they have to create many scenarios fulfilling what is written on the back of their $1 bill, ordo ab chaos, which in the Latin is interpreted to English, order out of chaos. So in order to create the chaos, they have to create many events that will lead to panic, doubt, fear. It will lead to confusion, questioning, people needing answers, people being lost, people being frustrated, taken out of their comfort zones, which can spark what? Civil unrest. It can spark class wars. It can spark financial wars. It can spark city wars, militia wars. It can create enemies between cities, between neighborhoods, and then it can justify them coming with the solution, which what would be the solution? Deploying UN troops, which will start with the sleeper cells that are over here in the United States, which came through the borders of the United States of America last year. They came through the borders, disguised as immigrants, basically coming over here sleeper cells, who have all these decent hotels and these decent homes that they're living in. And basically, they're really UN troops, the majority of them, waiting for that call so they can be activated over here. Once they're activated, they're going to pose as your martial law troops, okay? And I bet this year will be the year when Esau, talking about the so-called elites, when they really start pressing for gun control. This is going to lead to people taking up arms. This is going to lead to shootouts, and it's going to lead to even more draconian laws, more draconian legislations, and more draconian bills being passed. When I say draconian basically meaning harsh, more harsh legislations, harsh bills, harsh laws being passed. Harsh as in will make your life far more difficult, far more unbearable than what it needs to be, which will lead to people raiding stores. It will lead to the crime rates going up. It will lead to people protesting, rioting. Okay, it will lead to people demanding change. And then the so-called elites, they're going to come with their change. But the change is not going to be to the benefit to the people of the country, nor to the people of the world. The change is going to be to the benefit of the so-called elites and what they want in order to get their new world order going. And then with all this chaos going on, is eventually is going to lead to anarchy, okay, which is where we get 2nd Esdras 15 from. Let's get that real quick. 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Okay, if we come over here and we go to 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and we just start at 14, this is what it says. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Doesn't that sound familiar? Revelation 12 verse 12. Okay, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. So woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. The sword and their destruction is talking about the nuclear destruction, which is going to take place during World War III, in which the main targets of the nuclear war will be the United States of America, also known as Babylon the Great, and the land of Israel, because that land has to be cleansed of the rats that are roaming around in it, because rats are considered unclean. So, wherever rats are seen roaming at, know that area or that place, or that place will become unclean, okay? Because one thing about rats, they like to eat, and then they love to shit and leave rat turds, all over your cabinets, all over your calendars. Well, not calendars, but your counters. They love leaving rat shit around the corners of your house, and then they pee everywhere. So that land has to be cleansed of all the gutter rats, the small hat wearing gutter rats over there. That has our land completely polluted. Okay, well, with their idols and their idol warships and Pink City, that's got to go. That definitely has to go. Okay, so the land of Israel and the United States of Babylon is going to be the main target. Well, the United States of Babylon. Well, that's the spirit. The United States of America, which is Babylon, is going to be the main target of the coming nuclear war during World War III. Okay. So the sword, that sword is talking about the intercontinental ballistic missiles, the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. So yeah, there's going to be civil war, race wars, class wars, financial wars, you name it. It's all going to happen here in the United States of America. One people is going to stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Okay, with swords in their hands. The modern day sword will be the gun, but the ultimate sword on the planet will be the intercontinental ballistic missiles, which can carry up to over 100 nuclear warheads, especially if the nuclear warheads are about as small as a trash can. Okay, intercontinental ballistic missile can easily carry up to over 100 nuclear warheads. Okay, and I'm currently on my break right now, so, I have to get ready to head back to the plantation. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men, and this is all talking about anarchy right here. Okay, Second Esdras 15 verse 14 down to all the way down to 17, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. Okay, I would get Isaiah 19, but I don't really have that much time. Okay, it says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and of course their actions shall stand in their power. Your kings will be your presidents, even though your president really have no power. Okay, it's the so-called elites who really have, all the power on this planet. They pretty much control your president, the military, the Congress, the Senate. Okay, the representatives, you name it. The judicial system, which your princess. The princess is talking about the judicial system, the Congress, the Senate. Okay, the Congress. Okay, that's what it's talking about. Okay, so it says a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Why is he going to desire to go into a different city? Because his city is going to be in complete anarchy, okay? People's going to be raiding stores. There ain't going to be no food. People's going to be killing each other for food, for commodity, for resources. People's going to be forming factions, forming gangs just to protect one another. It's going to get real nasty out here. And then it's going to be martial law troops going from house to house, killing people. They're going to have robots deployed out here, armed with guns and AKs, shooting and killing people. Okay, so it's going to get real bad. Fulfilling what? Second Esdras 16, where it says, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, so I want to get Isaiah 19, but I can't. I have to head back to the plantation right now, unfortunately. But yeah, you see this whole thing with China and, the virus and blah, 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 blah. Okay, this all right here is really just another event to spread chaos, which will lead to anarchy, which will lead to what? The establishment of a new world order through people's beggings and... Excuse me, one moment. Okay. Through people's beggings and pleading for change. So I pray and hope that you sincere brothers and few sisters have been edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. With that, I'm going to say Shalom. It's on to the next one.